Okay, this is going to be an exciting one. It's going to be an unboxing. It's going to be a review of a couple of albums that I just got that you've already seen, and it's going to be some news about the very first punk record. Vinyl Richie's recent video did a thing about the very first punk record, and I'm going to have to seek that record out. Not that I think it's the very first punk record, because I know what the very first punk record is, and so do the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Troggs, anybody knows what it is, and I have it right here. So let's start with that first. Okay, the very first punk rock record is this. It's on the London Records record label, and it's Little Richard and his band. And there it is. This is the very first punk rock record. When did this little baby come out? It really doesn't say. Anyway, it was long before the Rolling Stones. This thing has She's Got It, Heebie-Jeebies, and Slippin' and Slidin' on it. As far as recorded physical media goes, this is it. Those were the very first 3 punk rock songs ever. Stripped down, no guitar solo, no pageantry, no virtuoso, just here's the song, loud, screaming, and in your face. And here's the little record. So anyway, we put that to rest. The very first punk rock record was created by Little Richard. Man, that song, She's Got It, out of sight. And it's also on the Jane Mansfield movie soundtrack of The Girl Can't Help It, which, again, wow, that song by Little Richard, The Girl Can't Help It, that's right up there with Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. First punk rock record ever. Alright, let's move on to my review of Fat Mike Gets Strung Out. You don't have to know NoFX songs to enjoy this. Is there anything rock about this? No. This is an orchestra record. If you're into orchestra music, then you're going to like this thing. Whether you know anything about rock and roll or not, because this is not a rock and roll record. This is an orchestra record. It's very good. And it's so good that I have all these NoFX songs, but I couldn't tell which NoFX song he was covering with his stringed orchestra stuff. I didn't know. It was really hard to tell. That's how complex that record is. So, if you don't like rock and roll, and you don't like punk rock or none of that nonsense, this record is for you. This is an orchestra record. Alright, here we go. Let's review Jungle Echoes by Chano. This record is bongos and other types of drums, maybe 1 or 2 other types of drums besides bongos, in a very, very aggressive style. And it says Chano and his African Percussion Safari. Okay, this guy, hold on. Let me see if I want to get this right. He's from Philadelphia. The group of people that made this thing, they're from Philadelphia. I don't think anybody that had anything to do with this record had ever been near the continent of Africa. Anyway, What makes this thing disturbing is the vocal noises, especially the first track. The first track is called The Jungle Chase. You're, in the background of all the drums and stuff like that, what you're hearing is a woman being forced to, I guess, mate. So, this is not going to be what you expect. This is kind of rough. And throughout the whole album, the yelling and the screaming is very aggressive. This is a very, very disturbing, strange record. I mean, I like it, except for the first track. I don't like the fact that it sounds like some woman being forced, which it does, on the Jungle Echoes, Chanos, and his African Percussion Safari Band. And this thing was made, probably, I don't know, early 60s, late 50s. So when your elders say, well, back when I was, back when you were a kid, Grandpa, you came up with stuff like this. So don't give me any crap about the Beastie Boys. Whatever. Beastie Boys never did anything like that. Okay, let's unbox this. This is from overseas, across the pond. Let's get into it, because I don't even know what this is. And since I don't work at a hospital anymore, when these scalpels that I stole get dull, I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, what is this? You're seeing it at the same time as me. All right, there we go. Oh, wow, I know what this is. Woohoo! This is the new Chain Whip. Oh, I can't wait to put this on the turntable. Call of the Knife by Chain Whip. Dig that back cover and also the front cover. And let's see what came with it. Lyric sheet. Pictures of the band. And I'm going to stop right here, and I can't believe that these dudes haven't shown up in Detroit. But I'll keep my eye out for them. And here's what the record looks like. Very milky, see-through. So that's Chain Whip, Call of the Knife. I'll be listening to that after this video. So, that wraps it up. That's my review. This is the fact, and it's a wonderful fact. It's the best fact ever. Little Richard made punk rock, and he made a lot of other stuff, but mostly he made punk rock. Okay, that's it. Hey, that Jungle record. That first track, I don't like it. The rest of the album I dig, but I don't like forced nada. All right, let's listen to Chain Whip.